Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm checking out a new watch, but I'm wearing my G-Shock 5610 a lot lately, which I'm loving. But today is all about Seiko. And I just picked up a Coutura SNE565. It's a dressy watch, but it's really cool. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's get started. Seiko is a Japanese watchmaker that's been around since 1881 and long been one of my favorite brands ever. Let's jump on their website, seikousa.com, and look at the Coutura. MSRP $350. This is a solar-powered dress watch, but a nice size, 42.5 millimeter. A lot of character to this one, including that cabochon jeweled crown and a very pronounced, interesting looking bracelet, to name a few of the features. MSRP $350. You could probably find it for less. Let's pop open our box, and immediately I notice there's a lot of shifting going on, because this is a hefty little watch. It is not light. First impressions are this thing weighs a lot. So let's try to tug this one back to the center of the standard Seiko pillow that we've come to know and love, and take a closer look. We see that silver-faced dial that features a solar-powered quartz movement. It's the caliber V157, which is a pretty popular Seiko movement. And some blue accents there. We've got some blue details on the hands, as well as a blue ion finish ring around the bezel. Pull out our retail card and we see the MSRP $350. Hopefully you'll find this one for well under $200 street price. And a lot of watch for the money. Love that stainless steel. Got some different character to it. And a lot going on that dial. We do have a date only window. And a stepped up non-numeric chapter ring. Does not appear to have much Lume bright. Looks like we've got it at our minute and hour hands and a little bit on our second hand, as well as at the 12 o'clock point, and that looks like it's about it. We'll take a look at that later. But overall, very interesting, gorgeous looking watch. Looks a lot more expensive than $350, and it is, did I mention this is a heavy watch? Don't get me wrong, this feels very premium, very high quality. But let's go ahead and finish up our unboxing, and we'll get back to the watch in a second. Let's pull this out, and I suspect that we are not going to get a manual in here, and I am right. We do have our warranty pamphlet. Looks like a little envelope packet with our warranty card. And of course, Seiko's asking you to go online and download a PDF if you want the manual. We do have our standard 1-year worldwide warranty with your second and third year USA only. And that's very much it. There's not much to the unboxing. And I do miss the manuals, because I do think those booklets are awesome and, you know, collectible. But there you have it. Unboxing complete. All right, let's get to the watch. That's the most important part. And wipe off some of the box dust. Beautiful sapphire crystal. Got a very smooth fit and finish. I'll let the watch do the talking. That thing is gorgeous. I love the jeweled crown. I love the blue accents to that silver gray watch face. Beautiful polished lugs. A lot of character and a pretty simple presentation. A lot of little details there to look at. Love our Seiko raised emblem on the face. And very happy to have that second hand line up well with the chapter ring. And that's always a big one for me when dealing with a quartz movement. I want to make sure that that second hand lines up nicely. Our crown is not screw down, but in spite of that fact, it is well protected with some crown guards. And interestingly enough, on a dress watch, we've got 100-meter water resistance, which is really cool. A two-step crown. Step one is our date, and very responsive, very high quality feeling date wheel there. The next step out is our time setting mode, and I do have my atomic 5610 on today, so let's see if we can pinpoint that time accurately. And our second hand, of course, with the quartz movement is hacking, so we are able to dial in our time precisely, which is cool. All right, let's take a look at our bracelet now, and let's get some of this shipping plastic off of here and expose this gorgeous stainless steel linked bracelet. And we're going to take a closer look. I'm definitely going to have to take some links out to fit my 6 3/4-ish wrists. But let's get the rest of this stuff off and take a closer look at some of the details of the bracelet. And we do have a stamped hinge connector there, connecting our bracelet, and it folds into a spring-loaded Seiko branded clasp. Pretty traditional clasping system, clasp and pin. Even though we have a stamped hinge, we do have some branding on it. Our stainless steel bracelet made in China. Case back is a screwed down case back. It does have very limited branding and information on it. It looks like laser etching again with the Seiko, sapphire crystal, other vitals, but not a lot of detail there. Would like to have seen a little bit more, but I'm being picky at this price point. Nice contour to that case lug configuration with the integrated strap. Really collar free looking. Looks like the links integrate right up to the case. So very cool looking, very well put together design here with this Coutura. Loving the way this thing looks. Maybe a little bit of case dust from the factory, but nothing that's going to bother me too much. But should never have to open up this power supply because it is solar powered, but can still get to it through that screw down case back. Let's get our hang tag off of here. Always do it safely. Close the knife and put it back away. And get to the watch. I'm going to do some quick measurements. Let's get some weight. I mentioned how heavy this watch is. Let's take a quick look at this with all of the factory links on the bracelet. We're at over 6.2 ounces. Wow. That's not light. All right, 6.1 ounces. 6.17, we'll say. But it's going to get lighter here in a minute. I'm going to take out some of these links, but still going to be well over 5.5 ounces once we get those links out. Grams, we're at 175 grams for my friends overseas. Not light, but this is a dressy watch. You're not going to be running marathons with it, but maybe a little top heavy for me. We'll see once we get it on wrist. Let's get some quick measurements with our caliper. And we mentioned 42.5 millimeter case, but when we add the crown and the crown guards, we're well over 44 to 45 millimeter on our east to west measurements, and just over 46 if we add that Cabochon jewel. North to south, lug to lug, we're about 47 millimeters roughly, and our case thickness is just over 10.5 millimeters when we add in the screw down case back. So these are not traditional dimensions for a dress watch. Definitely modern sizing here. This is a bold, big, heavy watch. Our watch bracelet tapers from 27-ish all the way down to 20. A lot going on here. A lot of busy proportions and tapers here. And hopefully that gives you some kind of perspective. But this is a big, bold watch that is really cool looking. Pulling out my little economy watch adjustment toolkit. Definitely recommend that if you do need to get your watch size, that you bring it to a experienced jeweler or watch technician. You don't want to damage your beautiful new bracelet or watch. Don't want to scratch anything up. I've done this a couple times, so I'm pretty confident, but do so at your own risk. Again, don't damage your gorgeous watch. I'm going to pull out some links here so I can get it on my small wrist. When you have small wrists like me, you get a lot of practice sizing wristbands and bracelets. All right, well, don't try that at home. Again, take it to a pro, but pretty standard push pin linked bracelet. Took 5 sections out, and the thing still weighs well over 5 ounces. Not a featherweight watch, but very comfortable, very premium, luxurious feeling. No hot spots or sharp edges. Very nice. Feels like great quality, and it looks awesome. I love my Seiko Lume Bright, and this one has a limited amount. It is a dress watch, so we do have a little bit of treatment on the hands and a little bit at the 12 o'clock position. Cooking it real quick with our Olight Warrior Mini 2, 1750 lumen flashlight to charge up our luminous coating there and kill some lights. See if we can adjust the camera to show you just a little bit of the quality of the Lume Bright treatment on this watch. So I think just the right amount. It's not excessive. It still has a very refined quality look to it in the daylight. But when the lights are out, you can still see and at least get a good idea of the time of day. Let's grab a couple of quick side-by-sides. Let's bring in one of my favorite Seikos ever, my Seiko Samurai dive watch, just to give you a little bit of perspective and comparison and reference. Man, that Samurai looks good. Beautiful. Drilled lugs. Wonderful shape. Unmistakable. Love the Samurai. Let's bring in a Casio real quick. My favorite Pro Trek. This is the PRW 3510, a watch I've reviewed and is in my everyday rotation all the time. A lot of watch. Man, I love that watch. But you can see we're comparing apples and oranges here, but just to give you a little bit of perspective, I like to bring in a couple of my faves. And last but not least, let's slap this on wrist one more time just to feel it and to give you my final thoughts. It is a little top heavy, I'm not going to lie. If you don't size this thing right, it's going to want to sag or lean on you a little bit. But So comfortable and so beautiful. Let me know what you think. Do I keep this thing? I love all the specs. Sapphire crystal, solar powered, stainless steel bracelet, gorgeous details, luxurious, dressy, affordable. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Is this too big of a dress watch? Is it too heavy? I think the weight's the only downside to this one, but it's a lot of watch for the money. And I'm not afraid to recommend it. I would just be cautious of the sizing and the weight. But at the price point, it's worth you checking out, or at least considering. Well, that's all I've got for this one, folks. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Those of you who have already done so, thank you so much. I know it's a small channel, but I appreciate you giving me a shot. Please stay tuned for more videos to come. Until then, I'll see you next time.